Ben had asked me to speak a little bit about wellness, being that wellness is a district goal. And he and I talk a lot about personal growth as individuals and what that means. So when I hear the term wellness, typically for most of us it sounds like just a word. My interpretation of wellness isn't the luncheon that we're having now or the outside things that we're putting in place for ourselves. My interpretation of wellness is the inner dialogue that we have with ourselves, okay? As teachers and professionals, it's critically important that we know who we are and that we have control over our inner being, okay? An old expression, happiness is not an outside-in job, it's an inside-out job. So I look at wellness from three different components that fall under something called self-actualization. And it's a balance between thought, emotion, and physical body, okay? And when you have that going for you, a balance between those things, and we get hit from every direction. From parents, from the media, and so forth. We're getting bombarded from our computers with stuff that is penetrating our mind and therefore affecting our body, and therefore affecting our outcomes. But there's ways around that, and that's what I want to go over briefly with you guys. Mindfulness, we all heard that term, correct? Most people don't have a clue what that even means. They just know it as a term. But mindfulness means being full of mind, meaning being in control of the mind. As Nietzsche, the philosopher, said, we're under the presumption that we're always thinking, but in reality we're being thought. Think about what that means. People have a hard time with that. We're under the interpretation that we're always thinking, but in reality we're being thought. What that means is that most human beings are controlled by our thinking. We have about 60,000 thoughts per day. And that's the daydreaming subconscious mind. And for many of our students and for us, it's filled with what if this, what if that, we're worried about this, we're worried about that. And if that's the thinking that's controlling us, which it is 99% of the time, you can imagine how that affects us emotionally and how it affects us as human beings. So personal fulfillment starts with taking control of the mind. And there's only one way in which to do that, to take control of the mind. And it's something that's a lost art, and it's something that most kids I talk to have never done once in their lives. And that is silence. Sitting in silence every single day for 5 or 10 minutes. It's the miracle grow for the mind, it's the miracle grow for our emotions. The physical body, all right, if you want to go to the gym, if you want to lose weight or you want to put muscle on your body, you're not going to go to the gym for 3 days and say, this doesn't work. It's the same thing with the mental muscle. This is something I do, people don't know this, on a daily basis. I take, during my lunch period, I will take a 5 or 10 minute break and I will sit in total silence and I'll scan my inner world, which I call the rest of the iceberg. You see, we're controlled by these outside things occurring that are getting into our mind. The average person has 60,000 thoughts per day, but we can control that. So if anybody wants to come down to my office and talk to me about this stuff, I'd be happy to help you with it. It's actually really, really powerful stuff when you implement it, because at the end of the day, if we are not fulfilled as human beings, then we have absolutely nothing to offer to anyone, including our students. So look at it like this bottle of water. If this bottle of water is empty, I have nothing to give to anyone. If the bottle of water is full, I have everything, plenty to offer. So we have to make sure, as individuals, to take care of ourselves first in order to have anything to offer to anybody else. Like they say when you get on a flight, before you give oxygen to your child, give oxygen to yourself first. So if anybody wants any more information about this, come down to my office. I go over this stuff with kids all the time. I give them different strategies to help themselves with their mental and emotional health. And I have teachers come down and talk to me a lot about personal things. So just keep that in mind. When I look at wellness, it starts with us first, from the inside out, not from the outside. All right, that's pretty much all I have to say. I'm going to go on.